Losing a loved one is never easy. And if they owned a home, figuring out what to do with that property can absolutely feel overwhelming. Today, we're going to walk through a step-by-step guide to handling probate property so that you know exactly what to expect. I'm Stephen Rotzart. Today I'm talking about the details of living and owning a home in San Diego County, specifically in the community of El Cajon. First, let's quickly cover what probate is. Probate is the court-supervised process that settles a person's estate, making sure debts are paid off, assets are accounted for, and property is legally distributed to heirs. Understanding probate can reduce stress and help families make smart decisions about whether to keep the property, transfer it to the heirs, or sell it. Your first step is going to determine if probate is even needed. Not every property needs to go through probate. In California, probate is usually required if the home was solely in the deceased person's name and there isn't a trust or joint ownership that transfers automatically. Smaller estates may qualify for kind of simplified procedures. But because homes in El Cajon are often valuable, most inherited homes do go through probate. The next step is filing a petition for probate at the San Diego County Superior Court. The court will confirm the validity of the will, appoint a personal executor, grant authority to manage the estate and all of its assets. Once approved, the executor receives letters of testamentary or letters of administration, which gives them the legal authority to act on behalf of the estate. Step 3 is going to inventory and appraise the entire estate. After that appointment, the executor is going to inventory all the assets, including the home, bank accounts, vehicles, and all the personal items. For real estate, a probate referee determines the fair market value of the property. This appraisal is included in the estate inventory, and it helps guide decisions about distributing or selling the property. Step number 4 is going to notify all the creditors and settle the debts. The executor must notify every single creditor that the person that has passed away may have. Creditors have a limited time to submit claims. Meanwhile, the executor handles paying debts, taxes, property maintenance, mortgage, insurance, all of those things. Staying on top of these responsibilities protects the estate and it prevents future complications. Step number 5 is to decide what to do with the property. The families have to, at some point, decide what to do with the home. There's several options, and these options include keeping it in the family, transferring ownership to a beneficiary, or selling the property and dividing the proceeds amongst the heirs. If selling, California probate rules do apply. Some executors can handle the sales more efficiently under the Independent Administrator of Estates Act. Basically, that gives them the unilateral authority. The next step, step number 6, is going to be selling a probate property. Selling a probate home often involves preparing the property for sale, working with a real estate professional, reviewing offers that may come in. Heirs may need to be notified depending on the court authority. Many homes have been in families for decades, and they may need to have updates or repairs. Understanding the local market helps families decide whether to sell as is or make improvements first. Now, coming from a professional, I would recommend as a real estate agent that you don't make any repairs to the property when you're selling on behalf of heirs or probate or a trust. The reason is it creates liability, and in any real estate transaction, you want to limit liability. Step number 7, you're going to distribute those assets and close the estate. Finally, after all the debts are paid and property matters resolved, the executor is going to prepare a final accounting. The court reviews it and the remaining assets are distributed to the heirs. Once approved, the probate case can officially close. Taxes on inherited property, well, many families ask about taxes. Inherited property usually gets a step up in basis on the cost of the property, which adjusts the property tax's value to its fair market value at the time of the decease. This can reduce capital gains taxes if the property is sold. Property tax rules may also change depending on how the home is going to be used. And there's especially some certain rules under California's Proposition 19. Probate can feel complicated, but taking it step by step makes it manageable. Understanding the process helps families protect the estate, make informed decisions, and preserve the value of the inherited home during these difficult times. If you ever have any questions regarding probate, trust property, San Diego County region, or even in the state of California, I'd be happy to answer any questions. And if you have a specific question, drop it down below. Be happy to answer. We'll see you on the next one.